Alright, let's talk about some targeting for impact weapons. A stick, a hammer, any type, the handle off of an axe handle, any type of impact weapon that you can grab. I mean, you could literally control and do the grappling and all that stuff. It's not a blade, so we're not doing specific cuts and stabs. It's just we're hitting. You could do a broken hit. Your angle 1 and your angle 2. That's all it is. Angle 1, and angle 2. We're going to target the temple, the side of the head, the temple, or eye. So if you hit the side of the head and follow through, or you miss, it's pretty much in line with the eye. So we're going to go temple, collarbone, collarbone. You could go shoulder, but we're going to go collarbone. We won't be doing throat on this one, but the collarbone, when you go temple, it's up high. You're trying to get kind of the side of the head, but even the top of the head's fine, or the eye, like this. Then you're going to go collarbone and collarbone, which is you're just striking in front. So you're not going up here to the trapezoid. You're just hitting the collarbone, just above the chest area, or the shoulder. The bob dummy is a really good piece of equipment to use for your Filipino martial arts training, or combatives, whatever, because you actually specifically get to target the collarbone, the throat, the jawline or whatever. So we're just going to do an angle 1 and an angle 2 in a flowing fashion, up high to the eyes, mid-level to the collarbone. Now if you do that for a while, then you do the same thing, and then we're going to use our checking hand to check, and then from there you just do a thrust. It don't really matter where it is. You start missing if you hit the throat, so just when you do it, angle 1, angle 2, just practice your thrust. Just thrust straight, thrust up, and in real life you'd be targeting the eyes and the throat, but for now, go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then thrust. 1, 2, 1, 2, and just thrust, because that's practicing your blades anyway. So it looks something like this. And just do that 25 times both sides, and actually see, eventually you can pick up speed and see if you're hitting the targets that you're hitting. So and eventually you'll start to use a little bit of your Filipino footwork, but we're not angling off too much, we're not faking, we're just hitting what we want to hit. Right? So, got this cover on here to protect it a little bit, just a little beanie on the head. I know pretty much where the side of the head is, and that's all I'm doing. Just the side of the head, scratching the eye, collarbone, collarbone. Sometimes you thrust, sometimes you check and thrust, depending on your distance, but this simple drill allows you to follow through and actually practice hitting the target that you're trying to hit, compared to just hitting in the air, the tires, the bag, whatever. That is basic training to just learning how to follow through with your strikes. But if you go, for example, collarbone, collarbone, midsection, could be the knee, but midsection, and then come back on the rib like this, his arm would obviously be there, so that could be elbow, wrist, regardless, but let's say it's the rib for now. Thrust, right? Check, strike. It doesn't matter what you're doing, blade, impact, weapon, but you start to burn in your muscle memory, just like when you're doing a hook, uppercut to the jaw. You know what you're hitting, right? Because if I just hit him on the chest, that's going to hurt. If I hit him across the throat or the collarbone, it's probably done. Practice your targeting. Martial arts is nothing without what? Like I always say, tactics and strategy. So I'm moving around and I'm hitting what I want to hit.